previous episode, I explained that the Catholic Church is the collection of bishops that are the successors to the apostles, and that there's a head bishop who is the successor to the head apostle. That head bishop is the Bishop of Rome, and the Pope is another title of the Bishop of Rome. But what is a bishop? The word bishop comes from the Greek word episkopos, which means overseer. After Jesus' ascension, the apostles, who have now been ordained by Jesus to lead the church, they spread out and began starting churches in various cities: Philippi, Ephesus, Galatia, Thessalonica. And every church that they start had an overseer, aka an episkopos, aka a bishop, who was the leader of that church. Some of the apostles were the bishops themselves. So also every Christian in every church in all these cities was led by their bishop. And all of the bishops were led by the head bishop, who is Peter, the rock on which the church was built. Well, where was Peter the bishop? That was in Rome. He was the Bishop of Rome. So, as I also mentioned in a previous episode, all the apostles had successors who were bishops, and those bishops had successors, and so on. So that means Peter also had a successor who was the next Bishop of Rome. And the second one was named Linus, the second Pope of the Catholic Church. Fun fact, his name was Linus. So that is why the head bishop today is the Bishop of Rome, because that was where Peter, who was the first head bishop, was martyred. If Peter had gone to a different city and been martyred there, then the head bishop today, the Pope today, might be in a different town, like the Bishop of Thessalonica. So as languages developed, as we know that languages change over time in various areas of the world, as languages developed, the Bishop of Rome became known as what is called the Pope, which is an old Italian word for father, papa. So today, the Pope is the title that we give to the Bishop of Rome, who is the head of all the bishops all around the world, who are all the successors to the apostles. I thought I would end by quickly quelling confusion by answering a couple quirky questions. Question 1, is the Pope infallible in everything that he says? The answer is no. The Pope also cannot change established church doctrine. Interestingly enough, the Pope, he can't come out and change anything that's already been defined. Do Catholics have to believe everything the Pope says? Also no. The Pope tweets and posts on Instagram and says a lot of things at a lot of different events, and all popes throughout all time have said a lot of things. And only when the Pope is defining church doctrine and binding it for the Catholic faithful to believe in are we bound to believe what he says. Is the Pope sinless? No. All popes ever have been human beings, and very simple. Peter denied Jesus. Peter, in fact, himself said, depart from me, for I'm a sinful man, to Jesus. And every pope ever, there's been some popes that had a very hard heart and were not very good people. Is the Pope rich? The answer is no. The Pope does not have any money of his own. I actually looked this up, and none of the Pope's money is his own. It's all the church's. If he wants to use any of it, it has to be for the church or for charity or for worship, some reason like that. Now, there might have been some popes in history who have been not following that rule and have been greedy. But we've been blessed with a number of popes in recent history who have very much so been humble. Our current Bishop of Rome, Francis, rejects all wealth and is a very humble guy in that way. So thank you for listening to this episode. If you have any more questions on this, I'd love to talk to you about it. If you'd like to submit a question anonymously for a future episode, you can do so at winstonpodcast.com. And to end, I will say, glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end.